Hi, this is Helen with the Better Half blog. Today I have an interesting topic that I want to share with you today. It's called 3 Things I Wish I Did More of and 3 Things that I Did Less of in 2020. So I have some notebooks hanging out here on the table with me because I have whatever I'm going to be sharing is a lot to do with what's going on right now with all the journaling and the planning and using paper planners, as well as now I'm going into digital planning and kind of doing a hybrid of both. Let's start. So what I wish I did more of. So the top 3 are as follows. So here, let's put away some of these things for a minute and let's just join one. Well, this is my A6 Stalogy notebook. Someone had mentioned if this is a free notebook, there are the months up here listed and the days of the week, and then each day through the 31st on each page. So I suppose if you wanted to use this kind of like as your planning journal, then you can use it as so by circling or highlighting the days of the week and the months and the day, and then kind of doing your journaling here or your planning here. But the way I'm using it, all my Stalogies this year was using it as like a free notebook where I can just jot down everything, because there is just like a gridded page and it just so much page. And this data up here is so minimal that I don't mind it just being there. So I was using the Stalogy notebook. For the longest time, I've been putting off my emotions, not allowing myself a chance to explore what's going on inside of me. So, and I think it's just a natural mommy thing, or I don't even know where I picked it up. I even picked this terrible idea that emotions do not matter, in me, because it does. I was talking to one of my good friends and he told me I'm the control tower in my home and our business. So if that breaks down, everything and everyone around here will go through a disaster. So as much as picturing, that whole scenery is scary, I really got to think about things again. So funny thing is, journaling was not one that I was searching for when I was on this journey to like kind of hunt for answers for more interesting planning systems and methods that people are doing these days. The pandemic really shook me up in the way that I was managing both time and tasks. So in the midst of my planning education here on YouTube and many other platforms online like Instagram and things like that, I saw many planner creators, if not all, that were using journals or multiple journals to just write as well. Just kind of write or free form like memory keep, or even just journaling in general with, like artistic journaling and so on and so forth. So I was really shaken by that idea in a good way. So the next thing I did was order myself this A6 size Stalogy notebook, and I started journaling my emotions away. So I've had many family members featured in this journal. And I tell my kids about it, like, oh, you did that today and you're going to feature in my journal today. So it's kind of become a joke in this house. But so I just been journaling each day. I'm not going to go into details of what I journal because it's kind of private, but like October 27th, and then I would have these little stickers to just kind of symbolize my day, and it would just go like, oh, I don't know why the stickers here, but it would just be like, love, I'm on my period, I'm sick, I'm good, I'm happy, or bad and stressed. So I made it kind of minimal to my emotions. And so it's either good or it's bad. So it's good or bad. So these like blue cool colors are kind of the bad ones. And then the warm tones are kind of the good ones. So I just look through this and I see, oh, is there warm colors? No, that's all, there's some warm color, and just so I'm able to kind of flip through this. Now, here's one thing I did want to switch out in this journal, and that's instead of venting so much in here, I want to start journaling the good things that happen. So it'll play more as a gratitude journal, if you will, than an open book where I spill out the negative stuff that happened throughout the year. Because we probably have about 100 good things that we should be thankful for each day, if not more, but sometimes we fixate ourselves and our emotions on the very few negative things that happen to ruin our day and keep it in our memories for years. And that's not what I want to do here. I don't want to keep memories, like bad memories, like, oh, my son did this, my husband did that, or, my mom did this, and keep it in here for what, right? So I want to keep the good stuff and fixate on the positive things that I can remember in my journal for forever, as long as I keep this journal. So this journal is not meant to like end in this year or in 2021 or anything like that. But whenever I finish journaling, that's when it's gonna finish, and I will just replace it with probably another Stalogy A6 unless I find another better notebook to move on to. Okay, so number 2, mini workouts and other habits that I picked up later on in the year. So I wish I did more of this. So when I say workout, like I was so like focused on my goal of losing, X amount of pounds and, bettering my health and so on and so forth, or my eating habits and things like that. But I was not focused on the daily do's, right? So I was more focused on the goal and not what I was doing on a daily basis. So I decided I went to a YouTube channel, and someone had kind of discussed a book that they were reading, and it just kind of talked about how we need to fixate less on the goals, but more on the daily habits, the daily doings. What are we doing on a daily basis to make a difference? So like if I want a better health and like I want to get my heart pumping again, rather than saying like, oh, go work out and go do HIIT exercises, when I haven't been doing exercises for months, to just like go at it for like 3-4 days a week and get burnt out. Instead of that, just doing the daily do, like starting out small, maybe going for a walk for 10 minutes every single day, increase that to 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. And the whole point of that book was to say that it will hit your goal at one point. It's going to make a difference, and you're going towards the path of your goal. So what I started doing here is I started listing out, remember this is my health journal. I just put my what is this? The Nolty Listy 1 notebook, which is a vertical view like this, if you saw my other videos. And I just put it into our new leather traveler's notebook cover, because this is a gift that is going out to our providers and our clients. And so I thought it was kind of special to just keep that here. So what I did was here, I actually did a couple things to just kind of help myself. So I started on this day, on the 10th, where I started putting in like little things, little habits to just add in my day. Instead of saying like, go work out and go hit the gym and go do the Pilates, go run out and do all this stuff, because it's, middle of the pandemic still. So instead of that, just doing 20 sit-ups, 20 leg ups, 20 arms in different various forms. And then, like 2,000 steps, 4,000 steps, whatever, like making different goals, small little bite-sized goals to be able to reach that. And then here, the same thing, just little exercises here and there, and just tracking my times of sleeping, cleaning tasks. Well, okay, so we're not going to go into this, because now the health part, these little trackers are now in my Notion, which I will share in a different video. If you guys are interested, let me know, and I'll share that with you. So an app that I use also for these small exercises, if I'm not feeling, the very minimal exercises that I have written down here, what I'll do is I'll open up this app I use on my iPhone. And I just switched over from my Android Samsung Note 10 to my iPhone 12. So with both phones, they have this app called Lose Weight app for a woman. And with Apple, I think it was $39.99 per year. And I just did the premium subscription. And then with Android, I remember it was about $19.99 plus tax per year. So they both have it, so that's pretty amazing. I love that. And so I canceled my subscription with the Android, and I just bought my subscription yesterday with the Apple. And I love that app because it has your exercises. It helps you and reminds you on your phone with a notification to go drink water, and you could set that up by hour. And then it also gives you small exercises, kind of hitting up and focusing on different parts of your body that you want to focus on. So I really, really enjoy that app. The other thing that I use is on YouTube, there's a free YouTube page called Chloe Ting. And if you guys know, like during the pandemic, it was such a big hit. She had millions and millions of views. But yeah, my daughter got me into it, and so we do this quite often. It's called Chloe Ting, and she does all these different routines to like hit your abs and in I don't know, like 7 days, 31 days, 21 days, things like that. So she does amazing exercises, and they're kind of in like little bite-sized videos. So it's so easy to do. You could start out with one video and then kind of increase your videos into a full workout. So that was really wonderful. The next thing that I want to talk about is number 3, decluttering and organizing my life in general and giving myself more structured flow. So what I mean by that is seeking self-help in this part of my life has been one of the most rewarding experiences ever. There are so many amazing YouTube channels where planner community is sharing how they're getting things done. And it's beautiful to see how people are so willing to share their personal information with people just to show how things are working out for them. And for me personally, I especially love the channels where they share their failures as well, and they start tweaking things around, because this is a journey. I think, in my opinion, this is a journey. So this whole planning, journaling, everything is a journey. I don't think anyone has it perfectly worked out for them where they get every single task done and hit every single goal that they had in mind and on time, with zero procrastination or obstacles that come along the way to keep them from doing things that they plan to do. So that's what it is, right? Planning is not, you're kind of pre-planning your day or your week, your month, your year, but it's not to say that that's exactly what is going to happen, because, things happen. It's life, right? And I love to see people changing things around, because that's me. If this is not working, this one spread this week, it's not going to work for me this week, I am more than glad to switch over to a different spread next week that I can focus on. So I love that. So let me show you kind of a little update on my spreads on my Hobonichi weeks, because as you know, this is my carry around, everyday carry. And this is a very important notebook piece for me. I keep it in here. And I have, so let's start from the top. And I know I shared with you guys my Hobonichi weeks, and let's do a quick flip through. So the first week that this one started in 2021 planner is the end of November, beginning of December. So the way I did it was I split the work and home life and just put all the tasks in here. And this is before I went back to my Notion to kind of work in conjunction with my paper planning. So then I added some meal planning along the way, because I was needing some kind of a reference area where all of a sudden I'm busily working on tasks, and then all of a sudden it's time to cook, and I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna eat? And it's just so easy for us to just be like, hey, mommy was busy, let's do a takeout, or go whatever. So I hate that. I love to cook dinner for our family, and lunch and soups and all that kind of stuff. So I started doing this. There's no days of the week in particular. I just do this so that I have a reference, and whatever I feel like cooking that night is what I'm going to cook that night. This also helps me to know, like, if I'm missing some ingredients, then just go pick that up. Go order it, pick it up, or have it dropped off. Or noting that I have all the ingredients in here, these recipes ready to go. So that was kind of cool, I experienced. And then on the side note here with kind of like the free form here, I just, on this week particularly, I just kind of jotted down some different follow-up things and questions that I had for my team at the business, and then some small tasks that I could not fit in here, because as you can see, that's what happened. And then the following week, what I did was, again, it was home. No, this week it was more of like work and like everything catch-all kind of situation here on one side, because I had a little bit less to do on this particular week. And I also needed a rest day because I was just kind of burnt from all the stuff that was going on and all the driving around with my kids since October. So on this right side, what I did was added in some decluttering and cleaning, tidying kind of tasks here to just kind of upkeep and maintain my house, because, you know, as you can see, I was so busy on the weeks prior that I like kind of had to get back on track with my cleaning tasks. So again, I did some, you know, meal planning here, and that kind of worked out real well. And then I kind of fell off the loop here just because this week was really kind of like a week where I needed to kind of revamp myself. So we did a little bit of takeouts and a little bit of this and that. So I wasn't interested in doing meal planning in my Hobonichi weeks anymore. So what I did was I moved that over to my Notion and on this week. So this is this week. Today is Saturday, right? And so what I started doing was I started doing my kind of like my work test here and a little bit of just like whatever kind of thing on the weekend. And then here, whatever I got done and in the blue squares, or the black squares, and whatever I didn't get done, it's just there. So I know to carry it over to my Notion. And then also on the right side, it was just like run around tasks and errands that I had to do outside of the house. So I don't know how this worked out, but I did get a lot of things done. And this following week, now I have a ton of stuff that is due, and we have a ton of deadlines for projects for the end of the year. So I'm going to be switching this up for next week. So on the right side of that week, what I did was I wanted to learn a new word of the day, because I was kind of very inspired by Sterling Inc., because she does this in a different journal. But I thought, hey, I have this and I have this right side. I'm not doing anything with it this week, so let me try that out. And so I did that. Went to dictionary.com or Merriam Dictionary, one or the other, and I just did that, and it was cool. So I got to learn new words. And these are all words, well, a few that I know, and most of them I don't ever use so in my vocab. So that was interesting. So this following week, next week, I have a lot of deadlines. So again, I moved a lot of my stuff related to work and projects and different things back into my Notion. So it's very organized there. I share my Notion with my team at my business. And so it's really easy for us to do our tasks and assign tasks to each other and notate to each other, comment to each other there on Notion. So please let me know if you guys are interested in seeing how my Notion works. And then here, so I started to kind of work on this spread early this morning. And what I started doing was I separated it into two sections. One section is just tasks, and I'm writing this down from my Notion, because my Notion has my whole future log for this month, December, the rest of this month, and then into the whole year of 2021. So I know when every payroll date is, tax days, anyone's birthdays, events, anything at all is in there as far as what we know now. So anything new that gets scheduled or booked, I'll add it into my Notion, and then I'll carry it into my planners. So this is what's going on this week. So this is kind of like tasks / appointments. And then on the right side is my work task, because like I said, I have a lot of deadlines this week and next week. And so I will be writing down all those things from my Notion to here, because when I'm working, I'm typically having this open on my work desk, and I just look through to see what I need to get done absolutely today, if all else. And so I have that going. And okay, so then planning on the right side, what I decided to do for next week is have a little section here and a little section here. So the top section is my planning list. Again, I'm kind of bringing back my Alistair method, and just putting Monday through the weekend. I put Saturday, but it means Saturday or Sunday. I ran out of space. And then the tasks over here, just simple things that I don't have to do on a specific date, that I'm putting here just because my specific date, I really want to organize it for my referencing for my work deadlines. On the bottom part here, I have my cleaning tasks. So again, Alistair method, Monday through Saturday, Sunday, and just all the things that I want to get done in the house, around the house, and as far as cleaning, decluttering, tidying goes, to be put in here. And then I'm just going to check off which day I did it so that I know and I have a reference. And if I really like this spread, I'm gonna actually bring it into the next week and weeks after that. So that's what I have going here in my Hobonichi weeks. And so this is that functional planning that that has really saved me and helped me. And then as you guys remember my last post on my work planning system, I have my whole work planning system here. So again, it's in Notion, and I carry it into here to get things done for the week. And then my functional, I decided, so I ordered this cover from, and please don't ask me what cover this is. I will look it up for you if I need to on the Hobonichi website. But really, it's just a full cover, and I love this because it kind of protects me from pens and things falling out. I have my highlighter in here. So I just take this to work or my office when I need to. I don't take this because from here, I'm putting things into my Hobonichi Techo Cousin for my functional planning. And one thing that I've changed, you guys, since my last video is that I decided my Hobonichi Cousin, the actual full year one, is going to be for all memory keep and a little bit of pre-planning. But this is going to be my catch-all for work and my home. Just because now I migrated into Notion, so a lot of my details are in Notion. So whatever I need to carry into here from Notion, my digital planner, I'm gonna carry it into here. And this now will play as kind of my go-to when I'm working and or when I'm doing my house or anything like that. And then this, remember, was my little day free that is Hobonichi Date Free A5, and is just carrying my social media, anything marketing ideas and meeting notes in here. So that's what I have going. And so this organization has just really, really given me what I needed in my life. And I honestly will tell you, I don't know what I did before all this paper planning business, because you guys, I am pretty organized, I thought, and I'm a what you call like a control freak or perfectionist, but I don't know what I did before. So let's get into the 3 things that I did less of in 2020. Going into 2021, I had a lot of things on my mind. I was like thinking, what are those 3 things that I want to share? And so this video that I'm making today has really helped me to organize my thoughts and going into the new year. And it's more than a resolution, really, because it's just like kind of reflecting on myself and what happened in 2020. So I really, really recommend for you to do this video as well if you can, and tag me in it so that I can come and watch you as well, because this is, you know, I could probably relate. So number 1, something that I wish I did less of is quick to react, my anger, and just getting into a whole lecturing mode rather than listening more. So I think a lot of this had to do with me not being able to feel satisfied day to day, with so much cluttering of my mind and all the tasks that were written and not, you know, and not written somewhere for me to reference. I was constantly losing sleep and waking up in the middle of the night to get a few things done. And so it was just like a chaos. I like this pandemic situation, and even before then, I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did things, because I did things and I got things done. We have a business that we built and we're still building, and we have a home that we're building. Our family is, you know, growing. So that's building, right? It was awful. It felt like something bigger than me was constantly chasing me around. You know, it's like a huge, like big burden on my shoulders. with lack of sleep or even just rest in general, I was probably not chemically balanced, enough to go through the day happy. So when something small happens, I was like super quick to snap, like everything and everyone around me was in my way of getting things done to feel like satisfied. So, so going into 2021, I'm really ready to face a new day. And like, honestly, I'm ready today, like as you guys can see, with all my organized planning systems, methods, using both my paper pen notebooks as well as my digital now, with Notion, because I am pretty good with Notion because I've been using it for quite some time now. And so it's just really, really exciting to face a new day instead of feeling like, oh my God, it's a new day. I have so many things to do. It's really exciting. I'll share with you my Notion dash and planning methods in future videos. I really have a plan for that because I really think Notion is such a great software for you guys to have online. It's a digital planner that a lot of people use. If you just look up Notion on YouTube, there's tons of videos with creators talking about Notion and whatnot. And so I really love using that digital planner to kind of help me with organizing everything in my life into one piece. So like if I had all my paper journals, right, and my notebooks, I have Notion to kind of put everything in one big, dash. And so that really helps me to pre-plan easily. Once I input all the information and data into the Notion, like planning for me from there on is so easy. It goes so fast on a daily basis. So that's that. Number two, I wish I was less to procrastinate and give myself excuses, even though it all makes sense. I cannot do everything, right? For as long as I can remember, when I feel completely overwhelmed, and let me know if you can relate with me on this, I just shut down. It's like I can't even get up to do just like even one thing. It's not that I cannot handle the pressure, because growing up in a Korean family, I was brought up to handle many things at once. But it's the fact of feeling disorganized. It's like I'm a very visual person. So when I see it, I can make it happen. When I don't see it, on the other hand, I cannot do anything. It's like getting into a car, driving off with a destination, nowhere, right? So I just won't get into the car altogether, if you know what I mean. So that is something that I am really working on, using my Notion to kind of track my daily doings of things that I want to get done in a day in a order, an outline of how I should kind of routinely do things around the house. And if I don't do any of it on a single day, that's fine too, but it just really helps to guide me on my routines and not throw me off. Number three, trying to do it all. So I wish I did less of this in 2020, and going into 2021, trust me, I'm really like ready to face a new day. So trying to do it all, what I mean by that is, rather than delegating and giving people things to do, to the rest of the people in my business and my home, I was trying to do everything. So I guess I'm what you call a control freak, and that sounds so terrible to me right now, just like saying that out loud, but that was me. I needed to see everything, I needed to do everything. And that's why, and so like if you think about it, right? That's why we hired employees and built an amazing team in our business, or family members around the house, right? I mean, trusting more and seeing their competency level more is what I'm working on these days. So it's not only challenges to me as to become a better boss and manage better, but it also challenges my team to get their amazing talents out to develop themselves in a workplace, which is forever a keep, for themselves as well. So I love that exchange at the workplace. And at home, I was battling between tidying the place, cleaning the place, and then maintaining a place. So, there's three parts to keeping your house nice and clean, right? So, I think the key factor here is to maintain well, so that the next tidying and cleaning, that deep cleaning, is not so tough. But, I had to learn it the hard way, where, maintaining, like, to me, Maintaining means that, I'm doing the laundry 2 to 3 loads each day, alone. And putting them away in different places as well. 100 things in the kitchen probably in a day, vacuuming every single day, disinfecting and tidying on a daily basis. And doing it all by myself. And then I'd have to deep clean all over again, every other week on different spots of the house. So that was a lot. So I started giving more chores and teaching, and having the older kids and my husband do more around the house to help with the maintaining portion. And then on the weekends, my husband and I deep clean together different parts of the house on different weeks. So yes to that. It's been working out amazingly. And we are, I'm really happy with what's happening in this household as far as that goes. And also in my business, my team is really all together and we really understand and we're focused and fixated on the things that we need to fixate on each day, to get things done that is going to help our business to develop better, provide better services and products to our clients, and also, as a business sales goal to increase on a level that we want to increase. So it's been amazing, just doing less of me doing everything, but to kind of, web it out to people and the teams. So on that note, here's a book that I totally recommend for you to read if you can relate with this last topic that I just talked about, and that is this book. So it's called Fair Play, and it's a game-changing solution for when you have too much to do and more life to live. And it's written by Eve Rodsky. I got lucky and I got a signed copy from Barnes & Nobles. I don't know, if it's just a random thing that they put out the signed copies, but no, I wasn't there for her book signing, but I just saw this on the shelf, or on one of their tables. And so I was like, wow, this title really grabbed me. So I started reading. I have more to go, but I am starting to read this book, and I just love what she's talking about. It's a woman who has a ton of things to do with between her kids, business, and home, and just carrying all the hats and carrying the house, and then having and she's kind of sharing how she transitioned from that to kind of delegating and working together as a team. So I really think this is a good book to read. It's pretty thick, but it's let me see how many pages. She's got a glossary and everything. So it's 310 pages. So it's an easy read. It's not huge. It's not written in small prints. But definitely recommend this book. So that's what I have for you today. Thanks for listening in, and I can't wait to watch your videos. Hopefully you'll do these 3 things that you wished you did more of and less of in 2020, because it's really helping me to kind of go back to myself, and I hope that it inspired you to reflect on your 1 year and trying to figure out, going into the new year, what more you can do and less of. So tag me on that video if you post it up, and I will see you next Tuesday. Have a good weekend. Bye.